Call this meeting of the Harriman City Council to order October 16, 2018. Before we get started, we'll have a word of prayer by Councilman Wright, followed by the pledge of allegiance to the flag. Councilman Wright?
Yeah, would you join me, please? Heavenly Father, we thank you again for allowing us to meet tonight on behalf of our citizens, and may we do so in the spirit of respect of all who participate during this meeting. We ask, as always, for your wisdom and guidance and thoughts and actions as we discuss the issues that's brought before us. We pray a special prayer for your assistance in our effort to assist our nation in the war on drugs. Be with our officers and officials during these times as they put themselves in harm's way in carrying out their duties. May you continue to bless the USA. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Darrell Cook.
Here.
Buddy Holly.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Here.
Kenny D.
Here.
Sam Russell.
Here.
Lonnie Wright.
Here.
Declare a quorum. Any motion to approve the minutes of the October 2nd, 2018 meeting? Motion. Motion by Councilman Russell.
Second.
Second by Councilman Holly. Councilman Russell.
No, sir.
Councilman Holly. Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll, please.
Darrell Cook.
Yes.
Buddy Holly.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Kenny Me.
Yes.
Sam Russell.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Motion carries. Need a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Councilman Johnson. Second by Councilman Cook. Blank. Councilman Johnson.
No, sir.
Councilman Cook.
No.
Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll, please.
Darrell Cook.
Yes.
Buddy Holly.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Kenny Me.
Yes.
Sam Russell.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Motion carries. At this time, we'll hear from delegation. If you'd like to address this council, please stand, state your name, and limit your comments to 3 minutes. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Elise Porter representing Cornstalk Heights. This should be the last time that I should come and talk to you about this subject, which is the hauntings of Harriman. It's going to be taking place this coming Friday night of this week and Saturday evenings. It starts at 7:30 with tours every 15 minutes and the last tour being at 10 o'clock p.m. The price ticket is $10. And we're hoping for a really, really good turnout. I would like to thank Barry Tidwell, who is working with our security group at Cornstalk Heights and working with the firemen to put up a barricade so we get people safely in and park. And then to Jake Bennett from the Emory Golf Cart course for the carts.
Where do you want us to leave those?
They're going to be left at my house tomorrow around noon. That is what the arrangements were with your people.
Okay.
So we really appreciate the use of those golf carts so we can have our security people going through the neighborhood on both nights. So this is a rain or shine event, full moon or not, and we just pray for good weather and a great turnout because it's one of our major fundraisers and it's one of our, I think, most attended and fun events. So just wanted to mention that for the last time. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else? Okay. We'll go into old business. Discuss and possibly approve final reading on ordinance 0918-01, an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to establish reasonable court cost and levy a local litigation tax. Do you want to explain this?
I'll just start out by saying if you have an updated copy of that ordinance in your packet this evening, essentially the intent of the updated ordinance is the same as what you passed on first reading. However, the numbers have been broken out so that I think it makes it a little clearer as far as the totals to be charged and where the various amounts go to, which is divided between the city and the state. But the total costs remain the same at this time from what you proposed at the first meeting, which in most cases would be $150.
Motion to approve.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Councilman Cook,
I second it.
second by Councilman Johnson. Councilman Cook.
I believe it's going to get us in the right direction where we need to go to cover our costs for that court system.
Councilman Johnson.
I agree with Darrell. That's all I've got.
Floor is open for discussion.
Yeah, I'd just like to mention there'll be on court costs, the 169% increase that we're passing on. And I understand we need to recoup court costs, but we don't have that many. There's no way we're going to be able to divide it out and say, hey, we're going to be able to cover all for what we pay for court clerk, judge, and all that. And for Allison's time, I mean, that will figure into any of that. So I think that's a little steep after we looked at it from the breakdown that Kevin sent us. I think we're going a little bit steep on it for, you're talking, if you look at the fine sheet that is given, loud music, you're going to be paying that much more for loud music. Tail light, $85 more to the city because of what I would say would be minor violation. But I'd like to know where we're going to come out in the city because, you know, it could have a reverse effect, kind of like some of the other cities around us had red light cameras and everybody stayed away from them for a while because they were so touchy. So I'd like to see where we're at as far as what the city makes compared to other cities. I know everybody says, yeah, you're 240 county or whatever it was.
I checked yesterday, it's 266.
266. I don't know how much the county gets of that. We don't have any of the breakdowns of what anybody else gets. But
Yeah, I think the purpose of this was, it's the same as what we've looked at throughout our policies and things here in the city. We're so far behind. We haven't changed anything in 30, 40 years, and we're trying to catch up. And it may be one of those things we're trying to catch up all at one time. But in saying that, I think that, you know, if we look back, I don't know how many of those tickets were right as far as loud music or any of that stuff. I understand what you're saying. But I think it is, if you come to court, you see the same old people over and over and over because I think that basically we bring them in here and we charge them $85 and they take off out and that's all they get. So maybe being a little stricter may stop some of the stuff we got going on. I don't know.
have we looked at it to see though, like what's speeding, what's red light versus what's seatbelt violation or?
Seatbelt violation, you don't pay a court cost. It's mandated by the state. It's only a flat $25 for first offense on a seatbelt violation. There's no court cost associated with that.
Well, I'll go by age too. 50 if you're 10 to 15 years old, 20, 16, 17. I just thought that, you know, that was stuff we didn't know about when we were sitting back saying, hey, let's make it 150. We didn't know any of the different fine stipulations.
Just to be clear, this does not alter the fine as they are on that sheet. Those are set forth either by state statute or other codes that the city has passed, which is codified within the municipal code, where either a certain amount is dictated or there's a range that has been dictated, and in that case, the judge has the discretion as to where the fine is set. So any fine which cannot exceed $50 in the city court would be in addition to these fees here, which are just the court-based costs.
So that's what I'm getting at. We're plenty catching up with them if you go, for example, and get driving without a license or whatever. You just put it back up to not too far off the county. So, I mean, you're right, we might just be catching up all at once, but it's a big jump.
I guess the way I look at it is, if I go a year or whatever and I don't get a ticket, I'm still paying for that judge to sit here every day, or once a month. The people that's doing the fines, they should be the ones paying it, not me. And this takes a little bit of that burden off the person that's not doing it, and puts more on the burden of the person doing it, is the way I was looking at it. It takes it off the innocent person and puts it more on the guilty person.
I mean, I'm just talking like numbers. We talked about how many we had go through our court compared to, like he was talking about what goes through the county court and their costs. I mean, we couldn't even compare to make that up.
We'll always lose money in court. Any other discussion? Call the roll, please.
Darryl Cook,
Yes.
Buddy Holly,
Yes.
Tim Johnson,
Yes.
Kenny Me,
No.
Sam Russell,
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Motion passes. This time we'll hear from the council. Councilman Cook.
Just one thing I would like to bring up, and I've had some officers from the city and the county kind of mention this. Matt Rittenhouse, who was a police officer here for many years, who died in the line of duty. We've got the new spur that I call it that runs right in front of the police department, that little short off of Pansy Hill over to I guess Pine Ridge or Ruritan. And I talked to Mr. Helms earlier about possibly naming that short section of street, if possible, after Matt Rittenhouse. And I'd like to maybe get some input from other council members or what you all think on that, or in that little section in memory of, just to honor Matt and his service to the city. That's all I have.
If it's okay, before we discuss that, would you get with his parents and talk to them first?
Sure.
And let them know before we discuss it. I've discussed it with them before, so if you go
Sure.
talk to them. Is that all you have, Councilman?
Yes.
I appreciate that. Councilman Johnson?
I don't have anything.
Councilman Wilson?
Nothing at this time.
Councilman Wright? Councilman Holly? Councilman Lee?
No, sir.
The only thing I have is, there's a lot of events going on throughout Harriman and Roane County for the rest of the month, as you have heard from Ms. Elise, that the hauntings is Friday and Saturday night. We have a community-wide trunk or treat on the 30th here in downtown. We are closing the streets off 3 blocks, and we're going in with HEB. They've been gracious enough to invite us into the trunk or treat. The business district is participating, the city is participating, HEB is participating, churches are participating. So if you want to bring your family and your young ones to a great event that is a safe event downtown Harriman on the 30th from 5 to 8 o'clock, we'll be hosting that. Also at 7 o'clock at the Princess Theater, there will be Hocus Pocus, which is free to anyone. There's costume contest, there's a lot of stuff going on, so hope to see everyone down. Jacob, do you still have your,
Yeah.
you want to tell about it?
It's at 4 o'clock if you want to come out and carve a pumpkin. It's mainly for like middle school age kids or a little bit older. We're going to have a pumpkin carving contest. Cornstalk Heights was nice enough to donate us a couple prizes that we're going to give away. We're also going to have a glow golf tournament if you play golf with glow-in-the-dark balls afterwards.
When
They're
is
a lot
that?
of fun. That's this Friday. And the pumpkin carving contest is free. Narramore Farms donated the pumpkins to us. And Cornstalk Heights once again helped us out with a lot of the ancillary stuff you need to cut. So it should be a lot of fun. We've got some interest on Facebook, so we're looking forward to it.
No end on the age, so Councilman Johnson and Russell's can come and carve.
Yeah, anybody can come and carve pumpkins. I got a couple artistic people coming though, so I hope you got your skill set with you.
All right. Appreciate it. Anybody that's knowing any other events that we need to mention going on?
I think you should probably talk about Barry's event that's going on at the Pirates Fest. I went to it last weekend and it was really nice. It's going on again this weekend. And we'll be helping to promote her event on Friday night at our event. We'll be passing out some information about that, so.
Pirate Fest,
Mhm.
Saturday and Sunday. On the other end of Harriman, at the old industrial park. I'm not sure of the time. I think it's an all-day event on both days.
I think you might have some disc in front of you that would give you that information. Did she leave some of those with
She
you?
did. 20th and 21st, 11 to 6. 11 o'clock, 6 o'clock. All right, thank you for that. All right, the only other thing I've got is, don't forget, we got a workshop afterwards. We're going to discuss some different things going on in the city, along with the Metro government thing that was in the newspaper. And that's all I have. New business. First item, discuss and possibly approve purchase of one police patrol unit. Good morning.
We are asking for approval to move forward with the purchase of one unit that was included in the current fiscal year budget. As we typically do, we've approached Jerry Duncan Ford about putting together a bid packet for that purchase of that vehicle. Ford has changed their schedule for the running of the cars, the patrol units, this year, and they are unable to order any. So the only cars that are available are those that have already been ordered, which would be a 2019 unit. If we waited and ordered, it would be a 2020 unit, and the cost would be about $5,000 more. It would also be orders could not be placed until January, and it would take at least 6 months for delivery. So the only option we have to get a vehicle in this year's budget is to purchase off of the state contract. The price of the car is $29,099. The equipment cost is roughly $27,10. There may be a little bit of extra cost within that, but those two numbers together, $31,809. We budgeted $34,000, so we are within the amount that we budgeted. So we're asking for approval to purchase that off the state contract.
Motion to allow the police department to purchase the police vehicle for the amount not to exceed the $34,000 that was budgeted.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Councilman Johnson, second by Councilman Cook. Councilman Johnson.
I believe it'll help us get close to where we need to be.
Councilman Cook. No comment. Floor is open for discussion. Call the roll, please.
Darryl Cook,
Yes.
Buddy Holly,
Yes.
Tim Johnson,
Yes.
Kenny Me,
Yes.
Sam Russell,
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes. Motion carries. Next item, discuss and possibly approve changes to citywide staffing plan. Mr. Towns.
You should have a breakdown of what is being proposed and the changes to the schedule of staffing as it relates to what was originally proposed within the budget. The primary changes being proposed is that we would split the positions of the general manager of the Emory Golf Course, make that a position in and of itself dedicated to the course. And then we would also have an assistant within the recreation department to assist there. Director Hickman put together a draft of a job description that you should have that outlines what some of the duties of the assistant would be. We are able to offset some of the cost of that by restructuring the personnel that would be staffing the trailhead, but we do still have sufficient funds within the budget to staff the trailhead approximately 28 hours per week. and would hope to be able to supplement that with volunteers. So basically what we're asking for is approval of the schedule as it is in your packet. The long-term ongoing impact on the budget in future fiscal years is just under $10,000 total for salary and benefits to be able to have those two dedicated positions.
Motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by Councilman Meade, second.
Second.
Second by Councilman Holly. Councilman Meade.
No, sir. Looks good.
Councilman Holly.
No.
Floor is open for discussion.
What would the salary be, Kevin? Base salary
For which,
of the assistant? $34,798.
yeah, the proposed base salary is $34,798.
Be no discussion, call the roll please.
Darryl Cook.
Yes.
Buddy Holly.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Kenyon Me.
Yes.
Sam Russell.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes.
Next item, discuss and possibly approve appointment for the library board. I have a letter from Tammy Edwards, which is the library director. She is asking that we put Barry Tidwell on the library board.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Wright, second by Councilman Russell. Councilman Wright.
Good choice.
Councilman Russell.
If that's who she wants, that's who we need to put on there.
All right. She will be taking, he will be taking Gina Griffith's spot on the board. Floor is open for discussion. No discussion, call the roll.
Darryl Cook.
Yes.
Buddy Holly.
Yes.
Tim Johnson.
Yes.
Kenyon Me.
Yes.
Sam Russell.
Yes.
Lonnie Wright.
Yes. Motion carries. Anything else need to come before this board? Glad to see our visitors here tonight. Appreciate you all coming. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?